Okay, just want to do a quick review of a shotgun here. This is a Mossberg 500, and it is chambered in 20 gauge. So I picked this gun up actually for my mom and dad. The reason I went with a Mossberg was because my dad and I both have been using Mossberg 500s for probably 30 years hunting. So very familiar with where all the controls are and how it all works. And I was able to find this one actually on Gunbroker a little while ago. So basically it's your Mossberg 500. This is the tactical or security model. It holds 7 in the tube plus 1, so we're talking 8 rounds of 20 gauge. Additions, subtractions to this gun. Basically I took the stock off and put a youth model stock on there, which makes the gun overall about 3 inches shorter, which for some people is kind of a big deal. Some people don't quite have the reach. So like I said, I put this gun together actually for my mom and dad. My dad, I'm sure, can still run a 12 gauge. My mom, I don't think could. So I put this 20 gauge together. So it's still going to have plenty of power for home defense. And it'll be a little bit easier for her to shoot if she ever has to. And it would actually make it something that she would actually go to the range and shoot once in a while. As opposed to a 12 gauge, she's not going to want to go shoot that at the range because it's not comfortable for her. So like I said, we have a youth model stock on here. Heat shield. This one comes with the ghost rings. I put some Velcro on the side here for a shotgun card if you ever want to keep some spare ammo on here. And then on the forend here, basically what I did is I just drilled and tapped the forend and bolted some Picatinny rails to the side. On this side I have a Streamlight TLR1 just kind of mounted to a pick rail on this side, same as that side. But yeah, I just drilled and tapped that, put it right in there. So a 20 gauge shotgun for home defense has plenty of power. It's going to have a lot more power than any handgun you're going to find. And like I said, if if you're older, or maybe if you have some young kids in the house, and they're looking at a 20 gauge, for hunting or getting started shooting, this is a viable option. And the nice thing with a shotgun is their versatility. Everybody looks at the ARs and they're like, oh, you can get this and that and blah, blah, blah. You can get all kinds of stuff. You can get all kinds of stuff for a shotgun too. Like I said, you can change your stock, different length of pole, so it'll fit different people. The barrel interchangeability is great with a shotgun. This one we're using for home defense right now. It holds 7+1. You could put the plug in here, so it limits you to your 2 or 3 or whatever your state laws are. Throw a rifled barrel on this thing, and you can go deer hunting with it. Take that off, put a longer barrel on it with some chokes or whatever, and you could go, bird hunting. You could go rabbit hunting. You could basically do all kinds of different things with one gun. So instead of having to buy 2 or 3 dedicated guns for certain types of hunting, you can use your shotgun for all kinds of different hunting. And 20 gauge is more than powerful enough to go deer hunting with. It's good for small game. It's a great all-around weapon. So again, this is a Mossberg 500 20 gauge, and let me just bring in my 12 gauge just for a comparison. Okay, now this is my shotgun that I run at my house, and very similar, but like I said, you can accessorize these just as much as you can any other gun. This one has a Magpul stock on it. Similar, drops down a little more, but the overall length of both of these guns is exactly the same. They both have a 20-inch smoothbore barrel. They're both Mossberg 500, so they both have the twin bar action system. All the controls are the same. So it's very intuitive if you run one of these guns to go from one to the other, because the only difference, like I said, is the ammo. This one again has a heat shield on it. I put a pressure switch on this one. This is a Streamlight Pro Tac that I just mounted off the tube there. And then on this one again, we have some Velcro for a shotgun card and a single point sling attachment. So like I said, basically the guns are exactly the same, just a different type of ammunition. You got a 20 gauge, you got a 12 gauge. So if you're familiar with one of these, maybe you use one for hunting or whatever you're using it for, you can go from one to the other and it's the same controls, just you can customize it to whatever you want. Same thing with the 12 gauge. If you're running a 12 gauge at home for home defense, You can put your plug in here, get yourself a rifle barrel, go out deer hunting, get yourself a longer barrel. You know, you can go out turkey hunting, goose hunting, you know, rabbits, small game, anything. So shotguns are very versatile, and I think a lot of people overlook them for home defense because everybody wants the new, you know, whiz bang 5000 AR super deluxe whatever, and they're cool. They are a heck of a lot of fun. But, you know, a shotgun might be a little bit more versatile for you if you use it for hunting and stuff like that as well. Because, like I said, you know, with an easy barrel change, you know, it takes 30 seconds on these shotguns to change barrels. You can go out in the field and go hunting, get yourself something to eat. So, you know, they're not just a one-trick pony. They're definitely good for different things. And like I said, you know, 20 gauge is still very powerful. You know, maybe you're on a budget and you happen to be at a gun store and you see a nice used 20 gauge on sale or something. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. They're going to do the trick. And if you can save some money, all the better. You know, most of these shotguns are workhorses. I guess you could shoot one out. I've never seen it. But, I mean, obviously with anything, it's a machine. If you abuse it, it's going to get bad. But shotguns are just, you know, they've been around forever. And these pump-action shotguns, they just keep working and working and working. So, again, I just wanted to make this video just to show the difference between a 12 gauge and a 20 gauge. And like I said, the guns are essentially the same. Your only difference is you're going to have a little less power, a little less recoil in the 20 gauge, but it's still going to be far superior to any handgun that you're going to be able to deploy in a home defense situation.